Now, there are basically about two things that you need to understand for you to strategically break even in the forex market. A break even is simply a risk management strategy that allows you to protect your capital and as well allow you to maximize your profits. Now, what this means is that if you break even properly, you're likely going to protect your capital and as well maximize your profits. But if you're not able to break even correctly, you're likely going to have the market coming to your break even, stop you out, and proceed to your take profits. Now, there are basically about two things that you need to understand for you to strategically break even in the forex market. First is for you to understand the market structure between your point of entry to your potential take profit. Secondly, is for you to understand the price pattern between your point of entry to your potential take profits. I'm going to explain all of this on the chart, but before going to the chart, if you're seeing me for the first time, my name is Divine, and what I basically do on this channel is document how I trade and as well show you the mindset behind my strategy. If you want to be seeing content like this, I want you to like, subscribe, and as well drop a comment. I'll be right back.
Now, let's for example look at USD and I'm going to show you how I was able to arrive at this setup that is running in profit. And as well, I'm going to show you how I was able to break even while managing this setup as well too. So our bone of contention here, or our point of focus here, is to see how I was able to understand where I'm going to break even in the setup or on the setup. So, but first of all, I'm going to show you how I arrived at all this setup and all of these things. So I'm going to basically clear everything on the chart and then show you from a fresh page to the point where we're able to break even on the chart. So first thing first off is for us to understand how we got the setup. And the way I got the setup was to simply go to the higher time frame and understand the overall direction of the market. And I'm going to show you that right away. Okay. On daily time frame, what I want to do is I want to understand the direction of the market. I want to see if price is going to the upside or price is going to the downside. And what I can use to do that is to use my trend line to identify the trend. Now you can clearly see at this point here that this places a strong resistance. Why? Because there's three valid touches. This is the first touch, second touch, and this is the third touch currently. Now where is the support level for this support for this resistance? Now you can clearly see that this place is a strong support level as well too. So currently, what you can clearly see is that the price is in a downtrend. Why? Because price is currently at the resistance level. So for us to buy or for us to sell, for us to buy, price needs to be above the resistance level, and for us to sell, price needs to be below the resistance level. In this case scenario, we have seen that we are in the downtrend, and what we want to be looking at for is to look for opportunity to sell. Now, what I do next now is to mark out key levels in this area. So my key levels now is really going to be this swing that price we did here, and the current resistance level, because price is in resistance level now. So my key levels are simply this area here and as well this area here. So I'm going to go to the 4 hours time frame and understand what price is doing from this point to this point. Now on the 4 hours time frame now, we can clearly see that from this point to this point, price was simply making an uptrend movement, or price was simply in an uptrend. Price was simply in an uptrend. But how is the trend moving? What is the pattern price is making in this place? As you can see here, price gave us a swing low, a swing high, a swing low, a swing high, a swing low, a swing high. This is the swing low, and as well this is the swing high. So in all these places, price is creating a pattern that's called a higher high and a higher low. So price is currently in an uptrend. So now what we want to do here is to mark out at the demand level and as well see for possible entry for where we're going to buy from, because price is still in an uptrend. Now, because the daily time frame is telling me that price is bearish, I'm still going to look for bearish opportunity. Now, what I want to likely do now is to see how I can identify a demand zone because price is currently printing higher highs on the 4 hours time frame. I want to look for demand zone. And you can currently see here, here's our demand zone here. Here is our demand zone. So we're waiting for price to come back to this zone. So we can see if we can buy or this zone is going to fail. Now what I want to look for now is to go to the 1 hour time frame and understand what price is doing from this demand zone to this key level here, because this key level is still valid and it's because it's a resistance level. So we're focusing on what price is doing at this key level and what price is likely going to do at this zone here. So we're going to go to the 1 hour time frame and some price is doing there. Now on the 1 hour time frame here, you can boldly see that price was simply creating series of higher highs here as well too. And if I zoom into the 15 minutes time frame now, you see that you can clearly see what price was doing there. But I like to stick to the 1 hour time frame. Now on the 15 minute time frame, you can see how price is creating higher highs and higher lows, higher highs and higher lows. But let's stick to the 1 hour time frame. Now on the 1 hour time frame, the recent swing low that gave us the high here, it was simply this one here. This point here was the recent swing low here that gave us this high here. So what we were looking at for was if price had come back to this point, we'll simply buy. But what happened? When price came back to this point, price failed this point, came back here and failed to give us a higher high. That was when I took this entry from this point here. That was when I knew that this entry was going to be valid, and I took an entry from here. And I'm going to give you a proof that I took that trade somewhere around this video. You see that I took the trade. So I took an entry from this point here, and my target was simply at this demand zone here. So what it looked like was simply like this. Simply like this, targeting this point here, and my stop loss was simply above this high here. So this is what it looked like in my setup. So what I want to focus now is the reason why I took break even at this point. This is where I put my break even here, and I'm going to explain to you the reason why I purposely put my break even here. Now, if you study from what price I've done from this point here down to this current point, you see that price has not really given us any market structure here. What price is simply giving us is price is giving us momentum candle that is saying that we are really in a bearish scenario here. Now, if you switch to the 15-minute time frame now, we'll actually see what price is doing right now. Now, this was the point where we're looking to buy from, and this point is the point that gave us a high here. So everybody was expecting price to come back to this zone so they can buy, but you see, price failed. And when price got back to this point here, I took an entry. I wonder when price came back, give us an entry point here. This point now becomes a point where buyers are still looking out to buy from, because everything looked valid for you to buy from this point here. People might be taking here to be a break of market structure to the upside, and people might be seeing this place to be a point of liquidity. So they're expecting price to come back to this point here and simply buy off. So at this point now, this point what happened when price came to this point? As this point failed. Now this point of price failed is simply refers to as a flip zone, or a demand zone that turned to a supply zone because of the demand zone failed. So this is referred to as a flip zone caused by a failed demand zone. So what I'm going to look at for now is for here to be my break even, because I've already gotten an entry at this point here. And my second entry down is likely going to be if price come back to this point here. Hence, the reason why I break even from this point to this point here, because this is where I'm likely going to put my stop loss if I enter again from this point here. So even if this trade goes against me, I'm likely not going to lose anything in this trade. And now, how am I looking? Why do I believe that here is going to be valid? Now, if you look at this setup right here in the 15-minute time frame, you will see that when price got to this point here, price simply engineered liquidity at this point here, giving us sign that price is likely going to come back to this zone. So I'm very confident that price is going to come back to this point here and take out this liquidity here. Again, why do I believe that this point is still going to be valid? Secondly, price is simply engineering liquidity here, creating series of equal highs and equal lows. And I'm still certain that price is likely going to first take out this liquidity and proceed to the downside. But if price fails to take out this liquidity and price simply take out this liquidity that is here, this sell high liquidity that is here, now I'm confident that price is likely going to begin an upward direction. So it's a two-way scenario here, that if price first of all take out this liquidity here, I'm very confident that this demand zone is not going to hold. But if price come back to this demand, this liquidity here and sweep this liquidity first before taking out this one, I'm now valid that this demand zone is going to hold. So it's a two-way scenario thing. Is that if price fails to take out this liquidity and sweep this liquidity here, I'm going to buy and as well take profit with this, take profit as well and still continue to buy. So I'm not going to bother entering a second trade here if this liquidity is not taken. I hope you get what I'm saying. But whichever way, the reason I break even at this point is because of this demand zone that became a flip zone or that became a supply zone. That's giving me confidence that price is likely not going to come back to that price is likely going to, this place is likely going to be a strong zone for price not to break it, to pass from, and all of that. Now, if for instance now you break even at this point here because this place is a swing high, you see price could have actually have taken you out and possibly you have closed with a small profit and price might still proceed to your take profit. So the whole aim of this video is for you to understand when and how you can likely break even in the forex market. If you find this video very helpful or very useful, I'd like you to subscribe, drop a comment, and as well share this video. You will see me in the next video. Peace.